Greetings from ABC Acres. I'm Grant Shadden, here in the landscaped area of our guest cabin to show you a couple of the hand tools that we've really found beneficial to have in use here, and that we would recommend that you go ahead and get as well for your garden, your orchard, or just to have on hand for your budding permaculture type property. Now, the first one is this Japanese hand sickle, or what they called a kama in Japan, and we use it to good effect for chop and drop mulching, like this yarrow, which is a dynamic nutrient accumulator, and we'll use that to chop and then just lay it down as a mulch if there's any bare soil, or if we're just wanting to give a boost of nutrient and organic matter to something like this lavender here. And we'll also use it to break weed cycles, which was a video I did a couple weeks ago. So we have these in our back pockets hiking around quite often on the property. This serrated edge is very durable, and the curved blade works well for that kind of chop and drop weed cycle breaking or mulching that we do. And I think we got this for under $10 online, so really good buy. Would recommend that one for sure. And the next one is what we would call a soil knife or a weeding knife. It was called a Hori Hori in Japan, which Hori means to dig. So to dig, to dig. You can probably guess what you use this for. Hori Hori. The knife, so nice, they named it the same thing 2 times in a row. I think that's how the saying goes, right? Anyway, what we can use this for, obviously, is to dig. So it can be used to really good effect for weeding. It's a very strong, sturdy blade. It's got these nice sharp edges, and it comes to a point, and then we have this serrated edge. So digging, cutting, it's another one of those things where, you know, this has a nice sheath with a belt loop. Doesn't really help me out with the suspenders, but I just keep this in my back pocket, and I can use this to dig up a plant, either if it's a weed that I want to pop out the root, or if it's something like this little yarrow start here, I can come in without disturbing too much of the soil or the landscape and just pop that up. And I could pot this up, or I could go and plant it somewhere else out in the landscape. And we really like yarrow. One, like I said before, dynamic nutrient accumulator, beautiful flowers that provide not only food for bees, but also habitat for a lot of beneficial insects in the landscape. And the leaves are edible and medicinal as well. And so you could use this in cuts and wounds to help stop the bleeding, keep it clean, get it to heal quicker, but it also is a really good addition to salads. You can use it cooking as well, and has great properties, many benefits, and so us multiplying it in the landscape is a no-brainer for us, and using something like the Hori Hori works really well. In permaculture, we're about stacking functions, and a tool like this Hori Hori knife is a great one. We could dig up a bigger section of this, and we could actually just divide up the roots as well, because of that nice strong serrated edge of the blade, where we can come into a section, and you can see here I'm just, besides the wood chips being in the way, making pretty quick work just with a little hand tool here to be able to come in right by an irrigation line. So tight quarters, it's a great option. Pop this up, use that serrated edge, make a nice clean cut, and I could do that again here and get a couple more starts out of this. So I think this, a quality one, is gonna run you probably around $30. I think that's what I paid for this one, and it's worth every penny to me. So another one I would highly recommend to have in your permaculture toolkit. And just walking around your property with these in hand or in your back pocket is a great way to always be ready as you're observing and interacting with your landscape. If you see something that is about to go to seed, if it's a weed, you can interact. You can either dig out the taproot or simply cut it down and weaken the plant. Or if you see something that you're wanting to divide up or dig up and move somewhere else, this comes in really handy. So if you have any questions about these tools or maybe some other tools that we might recommend, go ahead and put them in the comment section below this video. And as always, thanks for watching. No, you can't. Woo! So.